Alright, what up YouTube? It's Doomnyc here, and you know what time it is. It's deck profile time. So, this is a Nordic deck, updated. This is like really out there, but I mean, this is for someone that asked me to update the Nordic deck. So, I've been playing it. It's actually pretty good. I actually been playing it as kind of like a troll deck because it's a deck that people don't expect, and it's been doing really good. I mean, people just like when they see it, they underestimate the deck until like something happens, and then it's just like, whoa. This is actually a chaos Nordic deck. It's like, I just call it chaos because blacklisted soldiers in it. It's 17 monsters, a couple of tech choices, so I'm gonna go over the deck. We got the blacklisted soldier. Obviously, if you're playing chaos, you know it's good to get out. People do usually overextend to get this off the field, so that's always a good thing. We play 3 of the horse, 2 hamsters, not triple hamster, because when you're doing a chaos build, you want to try to limit the amount of non-lights and darks. So 2 hamsters, but hamsters a must. The double summoner monk. This is if I draw this like first turn, ditch a spell, get this guy, and then that allows me now to go into either a rank 4 or a level 8 synchro. So it's always a good option. 2 white goat. This is pretty good if it gets destroyed, but you know, depending on what you want to do, you could use this in conjunction with this guy to go into rank 3s. I play 1 tour bus and 2 tour guide. You're kind of thinking like this is pretty random. It's not actually. It works really good. It's like what you can do if you want to extend tour guide's life is you summon tour guide, go into tour bus, and then when you detach a material, you detach the tour guide, and then if they destroy the monster or you use the effect again, you detach the tour bus, and then you send the tour guide back into the deck, and then the other tour guide is now live again. It's actually pretty good, but you could also use this for other cards like Hamster, the Goldfax, even Black Luster if they happen to get it in the grave, you know. So it's good for like any of those things. And then of course 3 Black Goats. This is the card that's going to get most of your combos off with Hamster, or even if you just set it, because we play Wabaku, but I'll get to that in a second. And then 1 Raikou to round out the monsters. I wanted 1 more light. Raikou's easily gotten with the hamster. You could splash in Veiler. You know, Veilers are in the side deck. You could always play Veiler, but I find that the Raikou couldn't come in handy because if they attack into the hamster, you get the Raikou on your turn. You could flip, and you could just do some other things. If you have a Goldfax, you know, you can summon this and go into a level. I'm not running any level 6s, but you know, you kind of get the idea. So that's the monster count, 17. Then we play 1 mind control. Again, I'm gonna say this like in every video that I run mind control on a level 4 tuner. If you're running a level 4 tuner, you should play mind control because the card is twice as good. You know, you can make level 8 synchros, or if you mind control level 4 of theirs with any level 4 you have, you can go into a rank 4 exceeds. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Dark Hole, triple duality. Again, if you're playing 17 monsters, I think if I'm playing 18 or more, then you may not have to run duality, but anything under 18, you should play triple duality. Triple space, just because this deck does run a little bit better when the opponent doesn't have that much back row, unless you have to go into black rows, but you know. 1 book, just to reflip, hamster, get those effects again. 2 Lance, obvious, Lance is a must this format. The 2 Wabakus, Wabaku is so good. For the hamster, if they attack into the hamster and then you play you chain Wabaku, the hamster will flip, get its effect, and it will stay on the field. So, depending on what you need to get, you go into hamster, go into black goat, on your turn, flip the black goat, get this guy, and then you can go into your Star Eater, or you can black rose the field, you can go into Ancient Sacred Wyvern, you know, you could use the hamster and this guy to go into level 8. There's just so many plays, it's kind of ridiculous. That's why it's really nice. I only play 2 Gleipnirs. A lot of people might question this, but trust me, with this deck, I really want to draw the hamsters more. But people might say, well, if you want to draw a hamster more, why not just play 3 hamsters? True, except I want to keep the monster count down a little bit, and that's the only reason. Plus, if I need to, if I want to draw another hamster, I can just put it back with the tour bus. This why this card is pretty decent, and I mean I need the extra dark, So I got 5 darks and I've got 4 lights. It just happens to work good with the black luster. So 2 Gleipnirs. I play this, but a lot of times I set it and it just stays on the field because honestly, the only one I may want to search is either the horse and maybe this, depending on if I have the Wabakus. If not, I don't really want to draw these because, you could flip this, get this, or this, So it's kind of like, okay, I want to get this off of Hamster's effect so it can definitely go off. I don't really want to draw these, so that's why I only play the 2 Gleipnirs. Bottomless, 2 Mirror Forces, Trap Stun. Again, I rarely draw this because I only play 1, but if you want a Black Rose, this is a good card to have. Compulse, 2 Phoenix Chains because this is just necessary, and we got, of course, Solemn Warning. So that's the main deck, 40 cards. The side is Star Eater, Thor. Most people, like if someone sees that you have your field set up to summon Thor, like you'll see one of the duels. It's a pretty good duel. This guy, he keeps playing and playing and playing, and then finally I set up my field, and he just scoops because he knew I was about to bring this out. Crimson Blader, Scrap Dragon, Thought Ruler, Stardust. I mean, look at this. This is a cut. You're gonna play a bunch of level 8s. Star Eater is just really nice right now. For the 7s, Black Rose and Ancient Sacred Wyvern, you should play these. It's a definite. Most times than not, if I can go into like 2 big monsters in a turn, I'll try to get Sacred Wyvern because he's just going to get huge, just humongous. So you should definitely try to get him on the field. And then for the Exceses, Photon, Papilla Operative, Black Ship Staple, Emerald, because honestly this deck runs way better with Pot of Avarice, but because it's banned, Emerald's the best we got. I don't want to play Pot of Duplicity. People are going to realize, Konami wants to sell that card, but people are going to realize that it's not that good because you can't go into your battle phase. Like, that's just terrible. The reason why Pot of Avarice became so good in decks that could send stuff to the grave quick was you could mill, and then get advantage, and then still be able to attack. A lot of you will be able to get out of tight situations because of Pot of Avarice. With Duplicity, not so much. So, we'll see. Acid Golem, Leviathan. I rarely ever play Leviathan, but you can go into it pretty easy. Zen Mains and 1 Fortune Tune. I mean, guys, if you don't know what Fortune Tune does, trust me, look it up, Wikipedia, whatever. Not Wikipedia, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. This card, I'm telling you, this card is really good. Like, this is everything that Zen Main should have been, except it doesn't have the destruction effect. But this card puts stuff back in your deck. Like, it's really good. So, you go Tour Guide into Tour Bus. Discard the Tour Bus, send something back. When the 2 materials used for this is in the grave, they both go back, and Fortune Tune goes back into your extra deck. That's just retarded. This card is really good. Gain 500 every standby. Yeah, look this card up, guys. It's a really good rank 3. All right. Side deck is just generic stuff, but you get the idea. So that's the deck. Let's go into some replays, see how this deck runs. So yeah, I call this deck Chaos Nordic. Got 4 duels here. The deck runs pretty good. Some of the duels are a little bit longer. As you can see, I'm playing a Blackwing player. He draws kind of bad. He draws 3 Boras and 2 Kalutes, but I mean, still, it's manageable. So I go Tour Guide into Tour Guide to Zen Mains, and I attack, take 200 damage, and I'm gonna, because I know how Blackwings play. I don't want him to like start setting a whole bunch of back row with this on the field. I'd rather get it off the field and do it that way. So I got the Lance, got the Mirror Force. He doesn't attack into this, but I'm just gonna spam, Zen Main's effect. Why not, right? So I'm gonna go into it, attack again, send his Bora right back to the grave again where it belongs. Set the hamster, and he goes. Now I kind of did overextend a bit, and I'm just gonna warning that because we don't want him on the field at all. Because then you could just special summon a bunch of times, and yeah, we don't need that right now. So he's got the Mirror Force because he thinks that's safe. I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna get the Black Goat. I'm gonna summon this, go into that, destroy, and then there you go. So now I'm really gonna attack, leave him at 700. This is where he's gonna make his comeback now. As you can see, this duel does go along, but I don't know what kind of deck he's playing because he keeps drawing monsters. So, he gets 3 on the field. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of that Mirror Force. I thought I was safe there for a little bit. Half Blackluster Soldier, and he's gonna collude into that, and he's pretty much getting rid of everything. So I can't really. So this is looking bad for me right now. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna say I got another Mirror Force. He's not gonna expect that. I'm just hoping that this is not Icarus, but it wasn't. So he loses his whole field because he overextends. This is why overextending is bad, but his field still looks better than mine. So I'm just like, alright. I'm just going to wait for him to attack into that. See, he gets the Icarus now. And I'm just like, okay. He's going to go into this guy. I'm going to bottomless that. He's going to summon. I'm going to go into Black Goat again. Now, this is where he misplays in my opinion because I would have Icarus this and destroyed. Well, actually, he couldn't do that. He had the book. I guess he could have. But I Black Rosed, got rid of everything, had the duality in my hand, just got the Compulse there. So now I've got a 1-card advantage, and we're playing top deck. The new and improved Yu-Gi-Oh game. No. So yeah, I got the space. I don't know what to hit. He's got 2 good traps. I'm like, alright, I'm just going to hit that Torrential. Because, I want to limit. He draws bottomless. He's drawing all his traps now. I get another MST. I'm going to set it. I'm going to hit this bottomless right now. Yeah, and I'm like, wow. And I'm thinking I'm hitting good traps. So I'm going to summon this. Attack. He's going to compulse. He's forced to compulse Torbus. He doesn't have a choice. Right now, here's where the game is over. He's going to use that. He's going to chain this. I'm going to be like, alright. Phoenix Chain. Negate the effect. You can't attack. I'm just going to Dark Hole the field. And attack with Torbus for game. And he surrenders right here. But this was a really good duel. I like duels when you get into top deck mode because it becomes a game of luck after that. It's alright. I'm playing a fairy deck here. So, I'm like, okay, first turn, I can go into a level 8. I'm going to go into Stardust, set a few. I got the Lance. The Lance is pretty good. I see this. I'm like, oh, great. Agents. That's just fan. Then I see 4 back row. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm like, Blackluster to the field. Remove this from play. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to set the Hamster. So I'm feeling pretty good about this, even though he's got all the back rows. So he does something pretty slick here. Actually, he goes into Dark Mist. And for those of you who don't know, Dark Mist is pretty good. So I thought if I lanced him, he would be really tight, but he ended up having Lance too. So I'm like, okay, I need to do something here. So I summon Torgai, get the Torbus, go into Zen Mains. I'm going to attack this. He's going to go for the Stardust Dragon next. And as you can see, I got the Gleipnir set. Like I was saying, I don't really use it that much because it's nothing I really want to draw. So I'm just going to flip. I use it there. I'm going to flip the goat because I'm just thinking about, Black Rose, getting rid of everything he's got there. I'm going to keep my Zen Mains. And I'm going to attack, and then I'm going to use the effect on the goat to keep my Zen Mains with a material on the field, which actually ended up being very smart because he's going to go Christia. When I saw Christia, I was like, oh my god, can this get any worse? Now, this was bad by him because he could have played this, and he could have attacked this, and, this would have went to the grave. But instead, he leaves this on the field for me to destroy his Christia, and then I am able to attack his Earth. I don't really know what he was thinking there, but anyway. So that was game 2. I mean, those are hard-fought duels, but I'm playing with a deck that's not. So this happens to be like the deck that a lot of people are playing right now. They're playing a lot of spell books with like breakers and stuff. This happens to be like the meta, and they're playing this World of Prophecy. I'm still not sold on this Prophecy deck being that good, but because look, you'll see, I beat it with this deck. So I set the white goat here. He's gonna try to use the effect, but I'm just gonna chain Wabaku, so he's not even gonna bother attacking. It doesn't make sense. And I've got a second Wabaku here. So I'm going to set another white goat and the Gleipnir. So he's going to go, he's going to run through a whole bunch of spellbooks again. He keeps flipping this down and he's going to keep flipping it up and searching. I mean, that's all fine and everything. As you can see, look, I've got 33 cards in my deck. He's down to 24. He flips this up, supercharges this, thinks it's going to go. Nope, Wabaku again. He uses this on this guy, I don't know for what reason. So it's my turn now. I'm going to flip the other white goat. I'm going to summon this, and he scoops. Look at this life points, 8,000 to 8,000. He's got all this stuff on the field, but he sees the field that I have, and he is like, it's not even worth it. I'm going to go into Thor. He's got nothing to stop it. That's why I think that spellbooks, because they don't play traps, they're just not a good deck to play this format, honestly. This is going to be a trap format. I mean, neither do dragons, but at least dragons have ways to destroy stuff from the hand, you know, with blaster and stuff, and then they can always summon back from the graveyard. Whereas spellbooks, I don't know, you know. So let's swap this. So then this other duel here, I'm playing. This guy's playing Fire Kings. Fire Kings, slowly but surely, they just get a little bit more, and they're gonna be really good. So I'm gonna set the black goat, and I've got the Wabaku. So if he attacks. But I just did that because I want to use the flip effect and I want to extend right here. I'm going to summon this. I'm going to mind control his monster. Stardust, go into Ancient Sacred, and you're going to see right here. He becomes 46, then he goes to 92, leaves him with 900. He's got the 2 rekindlings. He's going to play one. I'm going to warning that. Then he's going to play the next one, and then he's going to realize after a while, he's going to be like, wait a minute, this is not going to work. And then boom, he wasn't playing any synchros. You know, to be quite honest with you, some of the synchros, like Stardust and stuff like that, they're just really hard to take down if you're only playing XCs. So, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. And even if you did summon something big, to get over this, he'd still have to deal with this guy's 7,200 right now. So anyway, guys, that is the Chaos Nordic build. I'm having a lot of fun with it. You know, the deck is really nice. Test it out. Build this same deck if you want. Try it out. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, leave your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, YouTube, peace.